So once you have your edited program done in Premiere and you have your caption track located above your video, you're going to want to make sure that you have adjusted the audio levels correctly. And one of the easiest ways to do this in Premiere is to go to the audio track mixer, and over on the far right hand side you're going to see this is the master. You see down here this master fader, and you just go up and add the dynamics plugin and double click on it, and you're going to uncheck compressor, and you're going to want to make sure that just the limiter is selected. And then under threshold you're going to want to put -18. So it will have it maybe have a different number in there. You just put in -18, -18. There you go. So -18, that's where our max level of volume is set. And then you can close this out. Now you'll notice when you scrub your timeline, you'll notice the audio meter, it stops at -18. That'll make sure that your file has good audio. Now, obviously, the video in this demonstration is not your show, but just using it as demonstration purposes. But this is one of your caption files, the SCC files. It's on top. So now we'll export this and get it ready to go into Vegas. So we'll export media. And then under this panel, you want to choose your format as MXF OP1A. And then under the presets, come down to the very bottom and select XD-Cam HD 50 NTSC 60i. So HD 50 NTSC 60i. So you select that one. And then under your captions tab right here, you're going to want to create a sidecar file. Make sure that the .scc is selected. Frame rate's fine. And then give this a name. And I've already created this once here, but we'll do it again. Yeah, this is all this. Do you want to overwrite? So it's exporting the program and a separate sidecar file. And then once this is finished, then we'll jump into Sony Vegas. I'm sorry, it's not Sony Vegas anymore. It's just called Vegas. The history of the program is Sony used to own it, and they sold it off to another company. Once inside Vegas, you'll want to come up to Import Media, select the MXF file that we just exported, and it'll jump into your bin here. Now you just click and then drag it down into this space, and then that creates a track and everything for it down here, and you'll see your programs on the timeline, and if you scrub it, you'll see it start to play. But we need to import the closed captions. So what we need to do now is go to File and then come down to Import and then select Close Captioning. Now we find the closed caption file that we exported along with the file, the SCC file, and then you'll see all these little blue lines on your timeline, and these blue lines are the marker points at where each caption exists. So now you've imported your video, you've imported your captions, now you just need to export it. So inside of Vegas here, there's another button right up here called Render As, and it's a little white paper icon with a blue arrow, and you'll be presented with this box, and you want to select Main Concept MPEG 2, and then over here on the right you want to come down and find HDV 1080 60i, and then once you find that, then you can come down here and tell it where you want to save this file, and what name you want to give it. So we'll just give this one Jeff test. All right. And then we'll click render, and then it'll go ahead and start rendering the broadcast out as an MPEG-2 along with this embedded closed caption file. Once it's done, this dialog box will stay open. You can just hit close. Once you see 100%, you hit close. And now we can exit out of Vegas. Once you're done with your export, you're going to see these files that were exported. And a couple of these are files that I had exported once before, but the ones we're looking at are the Jeff test that we exported. And you'll see that it says, this is the file here, jefftest.m2t. Now you need to click this file and then you need to rename it. So it needs to be jefftest.mpg. It'll ask you if you want to change this extension, hit yes. So now we've got this file, jefftest.mpeg, and this is what you want to upload to our FTP site in order for us to get your broadcast. I hope that helps, and I think this will be a great solution to captioning your own material and getting it to us without spending a whole lot of extra money. Thanks.